Welcome everybody. Thanks for coming again. I have here my friend Fernando. He's Mexican. So he's tried Estrogonofe before. He's gonna try it again today, and he's gonna tell us which one was better, if this is good. So we'll see. What we're having today?
Stroganoff.
For starters, we're gonna go and grill the meat. This meat here, it was overnight on red wine. I'm using a Malbec here because that was my father's favorite because he loves Argentina for some reason. So I'm gonna grill this separately on a different pan, and I'm gonna take care not to put all of them at the same time because it's gonna bring the temperature down and it's gonna cook instead of grill them. So watch this. As I said, we can't have all the meat here. We have a lot here because everything has to be hot at the same time. Otherwise it will cook instead of fry. So far there's no salt in this meat, and this is something my father would say all the time. I haven't put any salt in here, so there's no salt in this meat. So now that I have all the meat fried, I'm gonna save this for later. We're gonna use this in our sauce, and I'm gonna put it all back in the pan, and I'm gonna add some brandy to it and light it up on fire. So this gives us a great taste to the beef. I'll show you guys. So after I light it up on fire, all the alcohol in the food is gone. So guys don't have to worry about it. This is not gonna make you drunk. Okay, now our meat is done. So I'm just gonna save this for later, and I'm gonna start working on everything else. Now I'm gonna teach you guys how to make white rice Brazilian style. So one thing that is very common in Brazil for to season our food is onion and garlic. So this is what I'm gonna use for the white rice. So I have some butter heating up here, and then I'm gonna add some onion to it, and then later on some rice. So once the onion looks like this, like you just saw in the video, we're gonna add garlic to it. So don't worry, this is gonna be very smooth in the final result. So just add a lot of garlic. I love garlic. So in Brazil, we wash the rice before we cook it. So that's what I'm doing here. You actually don't wash the rice, you just put water to it until you get like a clear water coming out of it. So that's when you know it's good to cook. Otherwise it's gonna be all pressed together once you cook it. So you should do this before. So once the garlic is fried, you can add the rice as well, and it's gonna make that sound that we all know and love. This sound. So you just fry the rice for a while. So after the rice has fried for a while, I'm gonna add 3 peppers, but these are not spicy. This is very common in Brazil. They call it smelling peppers. They are not spicy, but people just put it on the rice. Just leave it there. So I'm just gonna put it here. And then I'm gonna add some hot water to it. It's important that you add hot water to the mix and not cold water, because otherwise the rice will be all sticky together. You want to add just enough water to cover all the rice, and once you do that, you have to also lower the heat, because otherwise the rice will burn in the bottom of the pan. So I just have it here. Everything is filled with water. So here in the other pan, we have the same thing that we did for the rice. We have onion and garlic that we're frying, and everything's gonna cook. Now we're gonna add some mushrooms to the mix, where we're gonna go with the Stroganofe. Stroganoff is a very familiar recipe, so each family has its own version. So some people don't like to put mushrooms in it, some other people like to put corn, olives. So this is our family recipe. So now the mushroom is fried, I'm gonna add the tomato sauce to it. These are just regular peeled tomatoes that you can get from your supermarket. And this is gonna make the basis of the sauce that we're gonna have. So I'm just gonna add 2 cans here, because I like it more saucy. If you like less sauce, just add 1 instead of 2 and you should be fine. I have whole peeled tomatoes, so I'm just smashing them in the pan. But in a while, everything's gonna be just like a marinara sauce or something like that. So the water in the rice pan has almost all dried up, so I'm just gonna add more water just to cover it again. And at this time, I'm just gonna add some salt and pepper. So try not to mix as much as you can, so this way the rice will be less sticky. And now in the Stroganofe, I'm gonna add some basil and oregano that I have here. So just put it in the pan and start mixing. It will give very good flavor to your Stroganofe. So now the rest of the wine that I used for the meat, I'm just gonna pour it here as well. So it will give a nice taste to the Stroganofe. So now that I have added everything, we're just missing the meat here. So I'm just gonna put it here, the meat, and let it cook for a while, and incorporate all the sauce flavor into it. So now that I put the meat back in, I'm gonna add some ketchup. It's gonna give it a real good flavor to it. Just a small bit. So the rice is almost done here. We just have some more water inside the pan. I'm just gonna let it dry it up a bit, but the rice is almost good to go. So while we wait for it, I'm gonna turn off the pan for the Estrogonofe. I just put the lid on the pan here to speed things up a bit, but it's not necessary. So the rice is all done now. I'm gonna turn it off the fire and I'm gonna serve it now. So after the rice is done, the fire is off on the Stroganofe, I'm gonna add some table cream to it. And now it's gonna turn from a marinara sauce to the real Stroganofe sauce. So watch this. It's important that when you add the table cream, the fire is off, because if it gets too hot, the table cream will start to boil. That will bring a bad texture to your meal. I have here my friend Fernando. So Feel free.
Yeah, man, the smell was killing me. I was like, oh, it smells so good. Let's go. Mm. The meat is like, it falls apart like immediately. So that's like perfectly cooked, I would say. The sauce is like adding a good kick. That's cool. Let's see, I see some of that basil.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, food orgasm in here. We're so good, dude. Seriously.
So guys, I hope you liked the video today. This was Stroganoff and this was Fair. Thank you very much, Fair, for coming.
No, thank you for inviting me.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Now that we're off camera, we're really talking to them.
Yeah, no,
Good?
no, it's good, it's good. Again, like the meat is like, so I see the meat has been cooking for a while, but that usually means that it's gonna be like hard to chew. And this one is like easy to like bite through.